This over here is a very interesting mini PC. I've got a few questions, like who would actually use this? In what circumstances is this useful? It's very interesting. Let's take a look.
Looking for a cheap way to license your Windows? Check out Whokeys through the links in the video description. Make sure to use the code TN20 to get 25% off. Use your preferred payment method including PayPal or bank card. Go to your orders and copy the key. Paste the license to the activation settings and you're all done. This license is for Windows 10, but you can upgrade it to Windows 11 for free. Or you can buy Windows 11 Pro key instead. They also offer Microsoft Office 19 license. Use the same code TN20 to get 25% off. Check out whokeys.com in the video description below.
So this is called Gole2 Pro. Make a different mini PC, and you'll see it's very, very different. So if I open this up, that's the PC. It's basically like an external monitor for your camera, except it's a PC. There's a full-on Windows 11 running on here, so it's interesting. So if we take a look at what's going on this side, on the left side we have a micro SD card, 2 USB 3.0 ports, mic and headphone combo jack. Then on the back side, we've got a DC 12 volt, so USB-C charging, 12 volt. We've got a LAN port, 2 USB 3.0s, again, HDMI port, a USB Type-C. The back is just plain. What else do we get with it? Power brick, and that's it. This is a USB-C charger that's 36 watts. Now, this guy actually has a battery inside as well. So if I turn this power button on, I don't know if the battery is dead or not. Yep, the battery is dead. So let's charge it up. Oops. Should go on that side. There we go. Look at that. American Megatrends. Ooh, there was even a little speaker in there. I think that is a speaker in there. Okay, look at that. It's got a gyroscope inside as well. So if I just hold it that way, look, it's gonna flip. Can you see? The image got flipped. And now let's flip it back on this side, which is very interesting. Touchscreen as well. So as you can see, what was my password there? Actually, the battery is not empty. Why is this not charging? It's showing I'm still on battery. Maybe we do have to use this special included power adapter. There we go. Now it's charging. I guess the 30 watts wasn't quite powerful enough. Now we could do everything touchscreen motion here, but I'm gonna connect the HDMI adapter to it and then record the output there. Okay, very good. I'm gonna attach a keyboard and mouse to it. That's the super weird thing. You can even have it in portrait mode like this and have it working. So if you wanna scroll YouTube shorts, that is a weird PC to do that with. Take a look at this. Look at that. Internal speakers.
Actually, this is a tiny little vent, and this can come off. And
this is max volume. It's not particularly good. It's okay. So the cool thing is I can literally connect my LAN to it as well. Can't believe this PC is so small. It's so weird to do that way. Now, because it's a tiny PC and it's got very interesting hardware, it's a bit laggy for what I'm doing right now. Installing lots of updates. As you can see, it's just thermal throttling there right now. Oh my word. 90 degrees we're in there. Our core clock speeds are 2.6 gigahertz. There's only 4 cores, as you can see, with thermal throttling. And we're using 9.5 watts and with thermal throttling at 9.5 watts. That's pretty insane. Let me see how much power is it pulling from the socket. Yeah, interestingly, it's charging roughly around 31 watts, 30.6, 31 watts from the socket, but our CPU gets 9 watts, and that's including the GPU cores, which are like 1 watt there. Balance mode. Let's put best performance. Let's see if we can get any more. Now it's over 9 watts. Wow, 9 watts being used. So what are some of the specs of the PC then? We've got a CPU, which is a Celeron N5095. Base speed 2 gigahertz, and we've got 4 cores. There's no hyper-threading, just 4 cores, 4 threads. That's it. Total cache is roughly about 5.5 megabytes. Not a lot. And as you can see, by just installing Windows updates in the background, our CPU is running 100%. The memory that we have in there is a 16 gigabytes, 2133 megahertz, okay, N5095. So this is Jasper Lake. It's launched 2021, so this is not one of the newest processors. This is basically like the 11th gen architecture. 15 watts TDP. We're only pulling 9 watts so far, 9.5. So we could have a little bit more, and as you can see, still thermal throttling full force on all of the cores. Every single core thermally throttling, okay? Only supports DDR4, and we've got 16 gigabytes of DDR4, which is pretty good. We've got an SSD inside, which is 256, interesting, 230 gigabytes. Interesting generic SCA256, never seen that one before. The Ethernet here is a gigabit Ethernet, not 2.5, but GBE. Okay, so it's a gigabit. We've got a Wi-Fi as well, and our graphics. Whoa, this guy is really warm, like 45 plus degrees. So as you can see, one corner of this PC is like 53 degrees, which is pretty insane. It's left a little warm thing underneath. Yeah, around 52, 53 degrees. That's pretty warm. Okay, here we are again. Now, Windows 11 is going here. This PC is basically idle right now, and we're using about 30% of the CPU. I am actually charging. Wait a second, let me just double check. I think I'm fully charged right now. Can't flipping pause the updates because it's needing to do that. Anyway, it's doing the updates in the background, which is not ideal. But what we're gonna do is something very, very silly. So we've got the CPU running roughly around 6.5 watts right now. It's running 80 degrees. I mean, there's hardly any space in there. I don't mind this at all, but I just want to see what happens if we absolutely peg it. Because I know it gets 15 watts, something like that roughly, that it can boost to. As you can see, the PL2 limit is 20 watts that it can actually boost to as well. But it is very, very hot, like super hot to the touch right now. As you can see, those 4 little cores are running at 2.4 gigahertz. That's very, very slow, to say the least. We're probably going to be very, very low in there. But I think that's not like the whole point of this PC, because look at this. I'm going to be pulling the power off right now. That's on battery now, okay? There is no power, but we still have monitor power. We have gigabit Ethernet. I've got my keyboard and mouse connected to it. Let's see if we're still going to be pulling about the same wattage. Well, we're still going to be pulling 89 watts, I think. I'll go here and start the Cinebench on this screen. But on the screen record, you can see that, yeah, on battery, we're doing the same. About 8.4, 8.42. Come on, where are we now? 9 watts now, literally 8.2, 8.8, 8.7, 9 watts. So as you can see, we're pretty much the same performance on battery or on this. Now, why would anybody even use this PC? I mean, the interesting thing is it is touchscreen, so that kind of puts this in a very unique position. You can just, you know, start browsing the web. But one of the things what people might want to use this is for signatures. Let's say you do need to sign a document or something like that. You have a touchscreen where you can do that. It's battery operated, so you don't need to bring something else on. It's cheaper than a tablet. You can connect lots of things to it, which is quite all right. But what I want to do is I want to see what is inside, because this is roughly around 5-inch screen and pretty interesting I/O. But how do we get inside? I believe there are secret screws underneath these. Let's see. Yes, I'm right. Fans are still kicking on, even though the PC is turning off. Wow. And here's the battery directly on the back of it. So it is possible to get it off. All you want to do is just squeeze something between the side and on this panel. It does come off with a little bit of an effort. So would you look at this tiny little fan in there, and here's the battery. The battery is 2500 milliamperes and 19 watt hours. Now, if I'm not mistaken, what you can see is that chip over here, and there's another one on the other side, and then run one through the fan you can see there as well. I believe this is RAM and your actual storage there as well. We could try to look on the other side. There are a few screws in here to get through there. And here we can see to the other side. There is nothing on the other side as suspected. All the SSD and everything is on this side here. So you can open it up, but you can't change anything. The one thing you can change is the battery if needed to, but it seems to be pretty standard battery if you just want to replace this. Let's see if it turns back on. Yeah, there we go. Fan is on and seems like the PC is working. In conclusion, it's a really cool PC. This is the most portable thing I have seen with a screen, everything. But the question still remains. I'm not sure why you would need it or why is this been made? I mean, let me know if you know in the comment section below. I'd love to know what you think. Why would you use something like this? Like something that's a bit bigger than a smartphone. Hello, yes, I am talking to my Windows PC. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And if you do want to check this one out, there's a link in the description below, as well as Minnect if you do want to reach out to me. Any questions, they will be answered through Minnect. Thanks guys for watching. Bye-bye.